Is the US Bank Altitude Reserve card making a comeback? Today, I want to go over something I received in my email a couple of days ago and talk to you all about it a little bit more in depth and give you my thoughts on what I think might be happening. If you enjoyed this kind of content and have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. It is free and it gets the channel visible to more people, just like you who are watching right now. I thank you ahead of time. Now let's dive in. I have some notes off to the side here on my screen that I'm going to refer to as I'm talking to you all today. So I'll be looking off to the side a little bit here. But anyway, I got an email from US Bank on Friday or a couple of days ago, and it basically was a survey and it asked a lot of questions. There was everything from, well, I mean, it was basically covering everything from, how many active cards do you have? Um, you know, what's more important to you is cashback or rewards, that kind of thing. And then it went into questions specific to the altitude reserve card itself. And some of those questions, there were a lot. I took screenshots, and I don't know if I'll add them all in here or not, but there were about 30 questions total. So a lot of it was like, everything from like the ease of use to the from on the website and the app and all that. Is it easy to find your points? Is it easy to find, navigating the app and navigating the website and all that stuff? But the things that I took note of that I thought were interesting, some of the questions were, what do you like most about the card now, and what would you change? Which I thought was an interesting question. Um, and that was a free form, you write in your answer kind of question. Uh, I thought the weird thing too is they asked a couple questions about, do you value the annual credit for TSA Pre? And I'm like, TSA Pre doesn't need to be re-upped every year. So I don't know if US Bank knows something that's changing about TSA Pre, or if they didn't ask the question correctly, or maybe they are asking about something coming to the card, like clear credit, maybe. I don't know. It was a really interesting, odd question. I took note of and thought that was sort of strange. Another question was, if you could choose benefits for a small fee and you could uh, add and cancel them as needed, how appealing is that to you? And I thought that was a very interesting question too. It's like, they're kind of poking around about maybe introducing a la carte perks, I guess, maybe for a fee. I don't know. I thought that was a really interesting question. Another one they asked was, have you used the travel booking website to book anything? And my answer was no, because I have never used the website at all to book anything. I've matter of fact, I've never even opened the travel website that US Bank has. So my answer to that was no. They asked a couple questions about, do you understand how extend pay works? Would you use extend pay, that kind of thing? I thought that was interesting. They also asked about the importance of tracking reward earnings and usage. So, okay, yeah, I mean that's pretty important to me. I think it's pretty important to all of us that are in this game. We're all like, I think all of us that are deep into it are like hawkishly tracking our points and our usage all the time. So, uh, thought it was a good question or interesting question. Uh, then they asked about the importance of ability to transfer reward points. So I said, for me, I said, I do enjoy, I do want the ability to transfer points out to a partner. And then they asked about, which I thought was interesting too. They asked about, have you ever transferred points, which was, oh, yes, I have. I mean, that was an easy question to answer. But then they asked, where have you transferred points to? And basically it was like they basically had either none of the above or airline partners or airline loyalty programs, hotel loyalty programs, or none of the above, basically, was the question. Um, then they asked the question, if you could choose to transfer your points to any merchant or brand to use for purchases slash expenses, what would it be? And I thought, and in my mind, that question's about if you could like make purchases at like Best Buy or Apple or Lowe's or Home Depot or I I I don't I think that's what they were getting at was if you could transfer your points to a merchant. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's where my mind went to, but I'm like thinking, how would you transfer points to them? So maybe I'm not understanding the wording, and maybe they mean uh, transfer partners like airlines or hotels. I'm not sure, but I thought that was an odd question. Um, And then another question I thought that was interesting was, how important is the look and feel of your card? So I thought, hmm, that's an odd question to ask. And that's what made me think that is the card coming back? I know that I thought I read somewhere, and maybe it was someone like Matt Clausen maybe actually saying something in a Discord or something when this was coming out on Friday or a few days ago, um, about they I didn't know this either. They've taken the card down twice now. So when I got my card, I applied for it on the last day that it was supposedly going to be available on the US Bank website, which ended up being Veterans Day of 2024. And indeed, the next day it was taken down and has been gone since and never mentioned again. Uh, so I I didn't know that it had been taken down before. I guess it's been done a couple of times now, so I was not aware of that, and then brought back from the dead like Lazarus, in the Bible. Um, so is it coming back again for another time? I think this would be the 3rd time from is my understanding. It so that question about the look and the feel of the card, like, why would you care about it if it's gonna stay dead and it's in the hands of the people that have it now? So that's what makes me think it's coming back again. And I think that what they might be doing is they might be revamping the card totally. Now, again, with the whole Chase Sapphire Reserve thing that happened earlier this week, you know, if they are revamping this card, if they're going to reintroduce it and bring it back to life like Lazarus again, are they totally revamping the card? And is it going to be a positive thing? Or is it going to be a negative thing? That's the question. Are they doing away with RTR? Are they keeping that and then maybe adding the ability to transfer? Is US Bank getting ready to add transfer partners? I mean, that would be awesome if they were. I mean, that's the one thing that I've complained about the most about US Bank is they have a solid lineup of cards. They have a really good earning cards, but they have no transfer partners. They have and the points are all just kind of all over the place, and you can't pull them. So that's been my major complaint with them is not being able to transfer. So are they introducing transfer partners? Um, I don't know. It's like it feels like either they're bringing the card back or are they revamping the card that's dead? And I don't know. I think this is really interesting. And then the other questions they asked were all like, you know, if you could if a card offer was tied to a banking relationship with the bank, would you do it? Would it make it more attractive? That kind of thing. It was just like, how easy is it to use this? And do you prefer this? It was just, kind of aesthetic stuff and, that kind of stuff. But these are the questions that I thought were interesting in the survey. So if you have the US bar card like I do here, you should be getting a survey soon if you have not already. And if you haven't yet, maybe check your spam email box. It might have went in there. Mine didn't, but it sounds like this was all sent in mass on Friday or so. So be on the lookout for that if you have this card and answer the survey questions. I think it's open until like the 3rd or 4th of July. So, um, but yeah, who knows? I mean, I guess we're going to have to wait and see if the US Bank Altitude Reserve card is going to be coming back from the dead like Lazarus did. Um, let's talk about this in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hear what y'all have to say about this. Let's discuss this a little bit. Also, too, if you have enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. It is free. It gets the channel visible to more people just like you who are watching right now. I thank you ahead of time. Also, too, I do have channel memberships available. It is $1.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. Right now, I am doing members only videos about once every other week right now. Those are videos that are going to stay paywalled. It's a little bit spicier content than what I want out to the public on YouTube. So um, those videos will only be available to members. Also, too, I'm looking at starting up doing a members only live stream once a month here pretty soon. So trying to add value to the membership. Also, too, I do have referral links down in the description below for several different credit cards from Chase, from Amex, also the Built MasterCard as well. And even you can buy me a coffee at Ko-Fi. If you do use any of those links, please tell me. It means a lot when someone uses a link of mine because there's a bazillion other options out there that you can choose from. And I want to thank you personally for using a link and also becoming a member of the channel. Now, if you all would do me a big favor and please be good to each other today, okay? And please be respectful. And until next time, bye for now.